What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a huge unboxing. I got this book, one book, that's right, back from CBCS. I submitted it during Huntsville Comic Con and Pop Culture Expo. So it is back. If you want to see what it is, you want to see if I got an upgrade, then stay tuned for the video. And before we get into all of this comic book goodness, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. So when videos like this one drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch an hour later. As long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Talking about people we appreciate, how about the list of channel members, people that are supporting the channel through their monthly membership or ships. And if you are interested in joining one or both of these groups, then the Linktree link is in the description below. And there are benefits to membership, not the least of which are our monthly giveaways. And I've given away an ASM 300, Ultimate Fallout 4, 2 of them, Uncanny X-Men 266s, the second appearance of Gambit. If you know, you know, and etc. So if you want to get in on that, that's the easiest way to do it. The other way that you can get in on that without being a member is actually doing super chats, or now I have the tip feature, which shows up as a super chat when I'm figuring up the stuff. So for every $1 that you give and super chat or the tip feature, you will get one entry to win the monthly giveaway in the month that you do the tip or the super chat. So you get 10 entries per membership. So it is the cheaper way to do it every single month. And do appreciate those people that are supporting the channel through that monthly membership. It's also always a good time to save money on those valuable supplies. Visit bcwsupplies.com. Use the coupon code SCG to save yourself 10% at checkout. Now, this is a big book that last year I purchased off Instagrails. Based on the pictures, there was a ding in the upper back corner that I knew was a pressable defect. Already at that time, I knew that Jim Starlin, so I'm kind of narrowing it down for you, but Jim Starlin was going to be at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. So I wanted to get him to sign this book. I said, well, why don't I just wait, get it cracked and pressed, and then get it signed and submitted to CBCS. So this is the original CBCS label for it. It was a 7.0. I didn't expect miracles or wonders. I used Justin Comics, who is a sponsor of Legion and Comics' stuff. He did some books for me recently, had a Infinity Gauntlet. It was never graded, but I didn't expect it to come back a 9.8, so definitely was happy about that. So sent it to him. Actually sent him several books. This one came back to me in time for Huntsville, and the other ones went straight to CBCS. So let's see if I got a upgrade or not. Maybe if I stayed the same. You know, if I stayed the same, I still had a decent enough price on the book that it wasn't the end of the world. But you know, we always expect those bumps, especially when I looked at what I looked at. Okay, so here we so it wasn't an old case. If you notice by the label, there's Jim Starlin's signature. This is the first appearance of Drax, Thanos, and the Blood Brothers. So the most important of them, not even being on the cover. This is one of those cases where the first cover appearance is probably more desirable. But so in full transparency, I already knew that it was not going to come back as a higher grade, because when they sent the announcement, I'm like a kid before Christmas. I can't wait. So I noticed that it had got bumped down to 6.5. Now, The difference is they said that there is light foxing, which I can see down there at the bottom, but they did not list that on the grader's notes prior to that. I see the bump or the indentation up at the top that I thought could get pressed out, and I guess it did not. So I'm going to pull up gocollect.com to see what the difference just cost me. Now, obviously, it is signed now. It was not signed before. That means something to some people. It doesn't to others. I like signed books. I cannot lie. So according to Go Collect, it was a 7.0. So 1 year average on 7.0s is 865, and then the 1 year average on a 6.5 is actually 802. So about $60. Of course, it cost me to press it. It cost me to get it signed, but I mean, I wanted that, and I'm sure there's actually a value because these all are blue labels on here. I'm sure that there is some value in the fact that it is signed now as opposed to it was not signed before. But it did cost me to regrade it because it wasn't a reholster. It was a regrading. And then, yeah, I had it expressed. So I didn't want it to stay at CBCS for a year, essentially. So I had it expressed with the thought process of, okay, with what I know I paid for it before and what it will probably come back. I was hoping for 7.5 at least, just a half a grade bump, that I'd still be okay in the book. I'm still okay. This is a PC book, so you know, I'm probably going to be a little lighter on myself for that reason, because it is a PC book. If I was trying to sell it, flip it to make a profit, I'd really be bummed out. But yeah. So Jim Starlin and Joe Sennett, which Joe Sennett has since passed away. I don't know about Mike Esposito or Mike Frederick, but basically Jim Starlin is the man of the hour, the only one to get this signed anymore. So got him to sign that right there, there at Huntsville. And so let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? Do you use CBCS? I will say this in full transparency. CBCS is vastly pushing me back to CGC. Now that's how bad it is, because when I talked to CBCS at the Huntsville Comic Expo, they indicated that they were getting ready to move all their customer service stateside. I was like, fantastic. That's definitely been a determining factor for CGC as opposed to CBCS in my mind. Let me know in the comments below if you think the same thing. However, I've not experienced that. Every time I've called them, I've gotten the voicemail. And when I called about this particular book, because when I filled out the form at Huntsville, I listed my credit card information, but I just happened to notice that it says need personal check. So I don't know if they couldn't read my credit card information on the form. That's possible. But had I not been paying attention, it would have just sat there in perpetuity, I guess. I know Legion of Comics had an issue with that on his not too long ago. I call them 3 days in a row, no return call, and I email Daryl, who is my sales rep, who I personally talked to at Huntsville Comic Expo, and have yet to get a call. So Steve or anybody else at CBCS, just FYI, put that out there. At least when I call CGC, I can get a person that speaks English, because there's a difference between speaking English and understanding it. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. As far as the sales difference, I haven't really noticed that. I've had one person tell me, well, you can't charge the same thing. I said, well, you don't have to buy it. You can buy it somewhere else. And I sold my book for what I wanted to. So I think that the market is correcting that side of the deal. So really it's just personal preference at that point. Aside from, especially now that they've raised their prices to match CGC's essentially, is a customer service. Let me know in the comments down below. Do appreciate everybody for taking your time to watch this video. Until next time, keep reading, keep collecting. Adios.